You ever seen a man so sure of himself, so wrapped up in his own authority that he digs his own grave in public with a smile on his face? Yeah, that happened. And the kicker? He picked the wrong woman to mess with. So this was a regular Tuesday down at the Harris County Courthouse. Humid, buzzing with suits, whispers, and bad coffee. Everyone's just trying to get through the day. And that's when Officer Dan Wilkins strolls in. White guy, late 40s, the kind of cop who still thinks his badge makes him untouchable. You could spot the ego from the hallway. He's there to testify in a minor traffic case, nothing big. But his eyes catch a black woman sitting quietly on one of the benches. Calm, composed, not saying a word. Her name's Lieutenant Commander Eliza Morgan, except no one in that courtroom knows that yet. To them, she's just some lady in a plain navy blue dress, waiting her turn. Now here's where it turns ugly. Dan stares her down, walks right over in the middle of court prep, and asks, loudly, "Ma'am, are you supposed to be here?" No context, no reason, just vibes, racist vibes. Eliza looks up, cool as ice, and says, "Yes, officer." That should have been the end of it. But nah, Dan keeps going. He accuses her of loitering in a public courtroom, says she matches the description of a woman involved in some recent disturbance at a protest. He's just making it up, right there, in front of everyone. The judge doesn't interrupt. The bailiff shifts awkwardly. And Eliza, still calm, still silent. You could feel the tension like a wire ready to snap. And then Dan says something that makes the whole room flinch. "You people think you can just walk in here like you own the place." You people. Yep, he said it. Out loud. In court. Let me back up a sec. What Dan didn't know, and should have really bothered to check, was that Eliza Morgan isn't just some bystander. She's a highly decorated Navy SEAL officer, has served in conflict zones Dan's only seen in movies, and recently got promoted to Strategic Operations Command for Maritime Security. In short, she could end his career before lunch and still make it to DC for a 3 p.m. briefing. But Eliza didn't shout, didn't curse, didn't flinch. She simply reached into her leather folio, pulled out her Navy credentials, and slid them across to the judge, who blinked like he just got slapped with a brick of truth. The judge reads it, then turns to Dan and goes, "Officer Wilkins, do you want to explain this?" Dead silence. Dan's face turns the color of raw meat. He stammers, tries to walk it back, mumbles about confusion and mistaken identity. The courtroom, which had been dead quiet, suddenly hums with murmurs. Some folks smirk, others just shake their heads. But it was the bailiff, yeah, the guy who had been silent the whole time, who said it best. He leaned toward Dan and muttered, "Man, you just accused a SEAL of loitering. Nice work." That broke the room. The judge dismissed the original case just to clean up the mess. Dan got pulled into an internal affairs review the next morning. 2 weeks later, suspended without pay. And rumor is, the department's reevaluating their bias training protocols. About time. As for Eliza, she didn't stick around for the applause. She just nodded to the judge, grabbed her folio, and walked out like nothing happened. But trust me, everyone in that room will remember her face, and her name. And you know what the best part is? Some folks still tried to spin it later, said she intimidated the officer. But ask yourself, what does it say about a man in uniform who panics the moment he's faced with a woman in command? Yeah, let that sit with you. Now I want to hear from you. Was justice served that day? Or did Eliza just dodge a bullet most folks never even see coming? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you've ever seen a moment like this, share it. Let's talk about what accountability really looks like.